divorce is not as simple as they make you see in movies. It's not a question of a spouse brings up a paper or a sign. You brought divorce papers from you, and you sign, I'm no longer married to you, and you go home and it's no. Africans treat divorce differently. However, if you have made up your mind that you want to end your marriage, your relationship with your spouse, well, divorce is not going to be that easy for you. Here are the steps you are going to take. You must get your certificate of marriage. You must get it handy. Get a photocopy of it, or you get the original. You get both, better. Then once you have it, you have your facts, you move straight to your lawyer. Your lawyer prepares a couple of documents. The bulk of that document is titled petition, divorce petition, or notice of petition, Nigeria style, notice of petition, whereby it asks the court for an order granting divorce or an order dissolving the marriage contracted between you and your spouse, along with other reliefs you seek, custody, maintenance, blah 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 blah, so on and so forth. The divorce petition or notice of petition for dissolution of marriage must be filed in court, and your partner must be served. He or she will be entitled to 30 days within which to respond to that notice of petition. For that notice of petition, you'll be alleging every against him or her. Then when and if your spouse responds, if he or she responds, he or she will have to file what is called an answer to the divorce petition. So when that answer is filed, of course, it's going to counter whatever allegation you have placed, or whatever facts that you have placed in the notice of petition. So, and when they serve you or your lawyer, you're also going to be entitled to another couple of days, probably 15 days, within which to respond to that answer. Already you know that you're entering 2 months. Okay, after receiving the answer from your spouse, you're entitled to also, which is optional, file a reply to the answer. Assuming your spouse cross-petitioned you for something else, you're also going to file a reply to the answer, an answer to the cross-petition. Like if he or she filed a counterclaim, or what we call cross-petition, you're going to file a reply to the answer and then answer to the cross-petition. And you serve the person. The person may or may not respond. Thereafter, it's just optional. Assuming you guys get through with filing and serving, and with all the days there, you're looking at about 2 months, give or take 2 months. You definitely to enter 2 months. Then you get to court. The next thing is that the court will give you a date for hearing. You call your witnesses. If you have 2 witnesses, a witness, you call them and all that. So a date will be given to you, a convenient date for that court will be given to you, and the convenient date may not be the day or the next day, maybe a couple of weeks, maybe a month thereafter, depending on how busy and how jam-packed that court is with processes. Remember that the courts here in Nigeria are still writing in longhand. They are writing in longhand. So everything you say, they'll be writing it. They're still writing in longhand, so it's going to take a while. So they give you a convenient date, which will probably take you to about the 3rd month. On the day fixed for hearing, you call your witnesses. Examination in chief, you'll be cross-examined, probably re-examined. They'll do so for your spouse's witness, or your spouse, if he or she decides to go into the witness box. Let's assume that this thing takes just a day to happen, which ordinarily, most times, you'll be required to come back again to take the second witness. But let's assume, for the purpose of this video, that it is done in a day. Court will give you guys a date to file final written addresses. You may end up going to another month. That's probably a 4th month. Prior to that day, you must have filed and exchanged your final written address. So The other person may have 21 days, the other person may have 21 days, and also another 14 days to respond. So court will calculate those entitlement, those rights that you have, the period within which you need to respond, having been served with other process, and give you guys a date. So probably may enter 5 months. So when you come to court on that day fixed for adoption of final written addresses of counsel or parties, the processes will be adopted. The court will give you a date for judgment, and that date must not exceed 3 months from the date of final written address. Then court will deliver judgment. Then on that date of judgment, if court rules in your favor or gives judgment in your favor, court will order a decree nisi, that's kind of a temporary divorce, that will be made permanent after 3 months by a decree absolute. So that is it. So that will bring an end to your marriage. So don't let anybody fool you that you just sign a paper and then you get divorced. No. No court in Nigeria will allow that. No court in Nigeria will allow you sign a paper, I agree that I will divorce. You people have agreed and come to court. They will not agree. You must go through that process. You must state, because Matrimonial Causes Act stipulates conditions and steps and procedures and what you must establish before divorce is granted. It's a serious business. It's serious. It's that serious. Onwere ụzọ esi eje Ọnịcha dị nso.